Okay, so this is a 111T, and I'm going to start this puppy up. First off, whether it's using white gas or kerosene, I always recommend using denatured alcohol to preheat the stove. It's the only thing that's sensible. It keeps your stove a lot cleaner and you a lot cleaner. And the best way to do that is to get a hold of one of these little 2-ounce shampoo bottles you find now everywhere for travel on airplanes. And they work pretty good. And one way you can do it, I like, is you just pull the cap off. Come here, you. There you go. Just pull the cap off. It makes it really simple. Just squash some down in there. There you go. Put the cap back on. But if you got something like this with a nozzle, that makes it easier. But this will fit inside the box, and that's what makes it kind of cool. Anyway, so you want to preheat with denatured alcohol if at all possible, because it keeps everything cleaner. Using kerosene to preheat your stove is just going to make a whole lot of soot, make your stove get all dirty, make your pot racks here, they'll make them dirty, and soot everywhere. You get soot on you, soot on all your gear. It's just a pain in the butt. Not sure what this is. Leftover price tag or something? I have no idea. Okay, so now we sit here and we wait for this thing to preheat. Already pumped it up, as you've seen. There you go. I can see that flame a little better. Now, the key here is that you want to let the preheat alcohol burn all the way or close to all the way out. Otherwise, what will happen is when you open your spindle, the fuel vapor stream will ignite and you'll get flame inside your cap. Flame inside this outer cap, between the inner and outer cap, is known as underburn, and that's not a good thing, because it'll get so hot in there it'll actually melt your caps eventually. And so that's how you start it up. Just crank it open, ignite it, and off you go. Now, it's always good to let it sit immediately on starting after preheat for a second or two, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds. Let it warm up, the burner warm up, so that you don't end up having big gouts of yellow flame caused by unvaporized kerosene by putting too much fuel through the burner too fast. And we're off to the races there. Now, these little yellow flashes are impurities in the fuel or junk that's still in the tank from having been cleaned. The more you put quality filtered fuel into the tank and burn it, the more those will go away. It'll get rid of all that residual debris, and tiny little particles of debris will cause those little yellow flames. Now we're going to open it up all the way and get the cleaning needle working. Okay, cleaning needle is out through the jet. And you just clean it like this. There you go. And that nice blue flame caused by kerosene that's been properly vaporized in a properly operating burner. Now you can crank this baby down and get a really low simmer. And that's, rice or whatever you want there. Sauces. And again, cleaning needle. There it is. Functioning correctly. And then to shut the stove down completely, just go ahead and all the way clockwise. And there you have it. Simple. Okay, and because I always flush the tank and the burner of any fuel with either Coleman fuel or alcohol. In this case, I'm flushing with Coleman fuel because then I can use my compressed air to completely dry the tank before I stick it in the mail, because you should never send any stove through the mail with fuel in it, because if it leaks, the post office will just throw it away sometimes. Not always. Sometimes they're nice, but sometimes they aren't. Anyway, this has Coleman fuel now. It's been flushed with some Coleman fuel, dumped out, so there's no kerosene residue, and now we're looking at just Coleman fuel. It's not as big a flame because I didn't pump it up as much, because I just have a little bit of fuel in here. It's going to take too long to pump up. So it's still sizable. And we see the cleaning needle works. Okay. There we are. The simmer. And back to full flame. So yeah, multi-fuel stove, works with Coleman fuel, works with kerosene, multi-fuel, 2 fuels. There you go. Oh, just so we know this actually works. See, it goes off. All right.